Open my eyes to the heaviness inside. I'm no longer satisfied with the status quo. Love has been maligned, and the world seems designed to keep us all in line, going with the flow. But I can't stand idly by and just be silent. I'm gonna speak my mind, even if my voice shakes, and tell the world what I know, that violence must go, or pretty soon it won't matter anymore. Love is still alive, and peace can still survive, but we must choose to make it so. Yesterday, I felt the future start slipping away. We only have today, this fragile moment. Pieces in our hands, but it falls away like sand in the hourglass of man, which will soon be broken. And so we can't stand idly by and just be silent. We've got to speak our minds, even if our voices shake, and tell the world what we know, that violence must go, or pretty soon it won't matter anymore. Love is still alive, and peace can still survive, but we must choose to make it so. It's not too late. In a world full of hate, there's still time to make a change. We've got to tell the world what we know, that violence must go, or pretty soon it won't matter anymore. Love is still alive, and peace can still survive, but we must choose to make it so. Everybody try it. We've got to tell the world what we know, that violence must go, or pretty soon it won't matter anymore. Love is still alive, and peace can still survive, but we must choose to make it so. Love is still alive, and peace can still survive, but we must choose, we must choose, we must choose to make it so.
My son was in Iraq from last January until September. And after they went over the berm, I didn't hear from him for 28 days. And you can imagine how I worried myself sick. And then he called me from a mobile phone, said he was okay, and he sounded 100 years old, and he was only 21. He has nightmares of the charred bodies that he saw at the airport. And that's something he's going to have to live with for the rest of his life. War is never a good way to resolve anything. All I'd like to say is that I would really encourage everyone to take a minute every day and speak to someone about these issues, about how you feel about it. Speak up. Don't worry about having someone label you as a pacifist or unrealistic. War is unrealistic in the worst way. And there are other ways of dealing with our foreign policy and the things that we do in this world besides act on our emotions of fear and let our politicians use that in a way that's really based on greed. So I'm really remembering all of the servicemen and women who were killed over there and who continue to be killed. Because even though the war isn't right in front of us anymore, it's not on the news all the time, there are still men and women dying over there.
Nicholas Tomko, 24, Pittsburgh. Gary L. Collins, 32, Hardin, Texas. Kurt Frosier, 22, Des Moines, Iowa. Mark Vasquez, 35, Port Huron, Michigan. Cornell Gilmore, Stafford, Virginia, age 45. Kyron E. Kennedy, 43, Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Morgan Kennan, 23, Memphis, Tennessee. Paul Neff II, 30, Fort Mill, South Carolina. Scott Rose, 30, Fayetteville, North Carolina. Benedict Smith, 29, Monroe City, Missouri. And 200 more Iraqis. Sharon Swartworth, 43, Mililani, Hawaii. James Chance III, Kokomo, Mississippi. Paul Fisher, 39, Marion, Iowa. James Wolfe, 21, Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Jose Rivera, 34, Bayamon, Puerto Rico. And 200 more Iraqis.
As I look out at you, I see in your hands 551 men and women who were cut down in their prime. 551 dreams turned to nightmares. 551 future statesmen, surgeons, garbage collectors, mail carriers. 551 sons and daughters, fathers and mothers, brothers and sisters, aunts, uncles, grandfathers, grandmothers, husbands, wives, and lovers. And we lost 21 more since we made those signs. The Pentagon contends that only 2,722 soldiers have been wounded as of March 1st. But the U.S. Air Force admits that it has flown approximately 12,000 injured soldiers into Andrews Air Force Base over the last 9 months. In addition, the Landstuhl Regional Medical Center has seen over 1,100 psychiatric cases. Soldiers so traumatized by what they've seen and done that they simply cannot go on. Why? What possible good could come from this tragedy? Where are the weapons of mass destruction? Where is the Al-Qaeda link? Where is the clear and present danger? Why have 6,370 Iraqi troops and 10,430 Iraqi civilians been killed? As if this tragic loss of life was not enough, the financial costs here at home are mind-boggling. With the money we spend on a single minute of war in Iraq, we could pay the annual salary with benefits of 15 registered nurses. The money spent on 1 hour of the Iraq war could be used to improve, repair, and modernize 20 schools. With the money spent on 1 stealth bomber, we could pay the annual salaries with benefits for 38,000 teachers. The money spent on 7 unmanned Predator drones could fund WIC program nutrition for 200,000 families. This is obscene. This is a true war story. If we bring it a little closer to home, the $87 billion in additional spending on this Iraq war will cost Montana taxpayers $137 million. That money could fund $52 million in school construction, resulting in 1,245 new jobs and 188 new affordable housing units, creating 460 new jobs, and $23.6 million for local and state roads and bridges, creating 727 new jobs, and 753 new firefighters, and health care coverage for 3,988 people. This is obscene. It is a true war story. We simply must rein in our elected representatives. We must insist that they find non-violent ways to achieve our goals. We must remind them that they work for us and that we will fire them if they do not perform. This is an election year. This is our chance. Vote for change. Too many lives have already been reduced to memories.